Shots fired! Shots fired! Jesus! Shots fired, County. Shots fired, kid! County, I need units now! County, he's fleeing in a vehicle at eastbound on Steel. Temple, I got a white female just got out. She's walking southbound off the Steel. I got the female walking toward me. Who's there with you? Why'd he pull a gun on me? What the hell is he doing? Get on your knees. Alright, put that down. Do you have any weapons on you? Alright, I'm going to put you in handcuffs because I don't know what I'm dealing with. Are you hit? Are you okay?
I'm just really scared and shaken up.
Okay.
Are you...
Alright, sit down. Hey, what's his name?
They're not just...
Kal Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Raha Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, men who have labored and suffered in this truth for over 30 plus years, making their lives and their bodies a living sacrifice for this 100% truth. I'd like to say shalom to all the GMS camps, the heads thereof those camps, men who have labored and suffered as well in this truth, and have also learned under the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Men who do their due diligence and are sincere. To you I say shalom. I also like to say shalom to the 1/3, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, that innumerable number. I'd also like to say a final shalom to all the Akim that are out on the highways and hedges, not named GMS, but are still walking in that one spirit, that one body in Yahweh Shai to bring forth this 100% truth, from which they also have learned from the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. To all of you, shalom. Just bringing more proof to this man's record, to his feeble lies. Second video. Why did he do what he did? We talking about so-called white men. But if you listen to the rhetoric, if you listen to the propaganda that is spit out by the mainstream news media, maniac Esau devil in action. If you pay close attention to him, especially the ones on the right side. Well, it don't matter. Esau is Esau. And Jake would be the most dangerous criminal that walks the face of the earth. If I'm not mistaken, It was Hillary Clinton or the Clintons that coined the frame super predator. Super predator. And they had a bill called BIE, Black Identity Extremists, a few years back under the Trump administration, Salakia, saying that the interactions between the so-called black man, and I'm just paraphrasing here, and law enforcement was the most dangerous interaction between society, a citizen, and a peace officer, simply because he's a so-called black man. In other words, they try to push it off on us like as though when we are stopped or we're being confronted by law officers, we're deemed to lash out violently. But more than often, you see that Jake is unarmed and getting gunned down out here. Rarely do you see a video where they have Jake drawing down on the law. Out of 1,000 videos that Esau bring forth over the years, because he pick and choose now. Mind you, what you're seeing, it happens far more often than what they would lead on to believe. But out of the 100 videos that they show you, you might find 2, 3, 4, 5 at the most where Jake is having a gun battle with the police. Because overwhelmingly, if they were to tell you the truth, these type of interactions between so-called white man and the law enforcement, this is 80% of the time. 80% of the time. Check the FBI records. This is 80% of the time. But the onus has been put on so-called black man. These devils, their time is running real thin. And the lies are not adding up anymore. Let me see, I'm gonna pull one script. Matter of fact, I want to put a couple of strips. Let me pull it. I think it's Deuteronomy. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Because Most High said he would make these curses fall onto them as well. I think it's Deuteronomy 32 and 8. Let's see. Is it 32 and 8? Let's get it. Remember the days of old, remember the generations of the father. Let's see, I think it's Deuteronomy 30 and 8. Let's try to get it. Where the Most High said he will put these curses on them. Which one is it? Is it 32? Is it 30 and 2? Salakia. Salakia. Where is that verse? Well, let's get Matthew's. Let's just go to Matthew. Matthew chapter 24. And it reads, and war, nation shall rise against a nation, and all things begin with sorrow. We know that this is speaking of the elect of Israel, because Yahushua was talking to the disciples. But this is now happening to those other nations as well. This is Matthew chapter 10. It's like Matthew chapter 24 and verse 10, and it read, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. We already know that to be the case with Jake, but now we're starting to see these same things with Esau. And unbeknownst to us, this is the way they behave with one another. They just keep that type of stuff on the wraps and always try to glorify black on black crime. But when it's white on white crime, it don't get that. It don't get nearly enough news play or attention that they give on to Jake. In verse 12, and it says, "And because iniquities shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." These so-called white boys acting real cold toward one another. Real cold. But, you know, it is what it is. Jake got to do his research and stop quoting statistics. Go look up some of the things that this damn man says. These lies that he put out. Shalom.